They lied to you about how wealth works. It's not about working harder or getting lucky. There's a hidden pattern every rich person follows. Most just don't realize they're doing it. And today I'll show you how to hack it. Right now, your bank account looks exactly how your mind programmed it to look. Every thought you have about money, I'll never be rich. Money is hard to get. Rich people are lucky. Those aren't just thoughts. They're financial blueprints. But here's the good news. In 30 days, you can rewrite them all. I'm going to show you how the wealthiest people in history trained their minds first, and how you can do it too. The money blueprint in your mind. You wake up every morning with invisible chains around your wealth. You can't see them. You can't touch them. But they're there, silent, powerful, and controlling every financial decision you make. These chains aren't made of metal. They're made of thoughts. Thoughts you didn't even know you had. Thoughts like money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are selfish, or I'll never be good with money. Here's the hard truth. Your bank account is a perfect reflection of these hidden beliefs. If you're struggling with money right now, it's not because you're unlucky or not working hard enough. It's because somewhere deep in your mind, you've got programming that says wealth isn't for you. And until you change that programming, no amount of hustling will make you truly rich. Think about how you learned about money as a kid. Maybe you heard your parents argue about bills. Maybe you were told we can't afford that more times than you can count. Maybe you grew up hearing that rich people are corrupt. These experiences wrote your money story before you even had a chance to choose your own plot. Now here's the good news, you can rewrite this story, starting today. The first step is simple but powerful. For the next 7 days, you're going to become a detective of your own mind. Carry a small notebook everywhere you go. Every time you have a thought about money, good or bad, write it down. When you see a luxury car and think must be nice, write it down. When you check your bank account and feel that pang of anxiety, write down exactly what thought caused it. When you hesitate to invest in yourself because what if it doesn't work out, capture that hesitation in words. By day 3, you'll start noticing patterns. You'll see the same limiting beliefs popping up again and again. These are your mental blocks. These are the chains holding you back. And just by bringing them into the light, just by becoming aware of them, they start to lose their power. Around day 5, something interesting happens. You'll catch yourself mid-thought. You'll be about to think, I can't afford this, about something you want, and suddenly you'll pause. Because now you see that thought for what it really is, not a fact, but a habit. A habit you can change. This is where the real work begins. For every limiting belief you uncover, you're going to create a new empowering opposite. If you keep thinking money is hard to get, your new belief becomes money flows to me easily. If you notice thoughts like I'm bad with money, replace it with I am constantly improving my financial intelligence. At first, these new thoughts will feel fake. That's normal. That's your old programming fighting back. But here's what you need to understand. Your current real thoughts about money were programmed into you by accident. Now you're going to program new ones on purpose. By the end of the week, you'll have something more valuable than money. You'll have awareness. You'll know exactly why your financial life looks the way it does. And armed with that knowledge, you can start making real changes. Because when you change your mind about money, money has no choice but to change in your life. The 10-minute millionaire meditation. Most people wake up and immediately poison their minds. They check their bank balance. They scroll through social media seeing other people's highlight reel. They read the news full of economic doom and gloom. Then they wonder why they feel anxious about money all day. There's a better way. A way used by some of the wealthiest people throughout history, though they never talked about it publicly. It takes just 10 minutes each morning. But these might be the most valuable 10 minutes of your day. Here's how it works. Before you touch your phone, before you talk to anyone, find a quiet space. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Now imagine money flowing into your life, not like a sudden lottery win, but like a rising tide. See opportunities coming your way. Feel what it's like to have more than enough. Picture yourself making decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. This isn't just daydreaming. This is neurological training. When you vividly imagine something, your brain fires the same neurons as if it were actually happening. Do this consistently, and you're literally rewiring your brain to recognize and attract wealth. Start with the basics. Visualize your ideal financial day. What would you do if money weren't an issue? How would you carry yourself? What decisions would you make differently? Don't just see it. Feel it. The confidence, the freedom, the security. After a few days of this, add more detail. Imagine specific amounts of money coming to you through various channels. Your business, investments, unexpected opportunity. Picture yourself handling larger sums with ease and wisdom. Around day 7, something subtle but powerful happens. You'll start noticing opportunities you used to miss. That conversation where someone mentions a problem you could solve for pay. That idea you'd normally dismiss as too risky. That investment you'd usually ignore because I don't have enough. These were always there. You just couldn't see them before because your mind was tuned to scarcity. By day 14, you might experience what some call financial déjà vu, situations where you feel like you've already lived through them in your meditations. That job opportunity, that chance meeting, that perfect investment. They feel familiar because in a way they are. You've been training your mind to recognize and create them. The key is consistency. 10 minutes every morning without fail. Some days your mind will wander. That's okay. Just gently bring it back to your vision. Other days you'll feel silly. Do it anyway. The richest version of you doesn't care about looking silly. After 30 days, this practice will have done something remarkable. It will have changed your financial identity at the deepest level. You'll no longer be someone who hopes for money. You'll be someone who expects it. And that makes all the difference in the world. Because here's the secret wealthy people know. Money flows to those who are ready to receive it. Not just logistically ready, emotionally ready, psychologically ready. This 10-minute practice is how you become that person. One morning at a time. The unfair advantage of gratitude. You're walking through life with a special kind of magnet in your hands. Most people don't know this magnet exists. Those who do, the truly wealthy, never talk about it because it gives them an unfair advantage. This magnet isn't made of metal or technology. It's made of gratitude. Every night before you go to sleep, your brain does something remarkable. It sorts through your day, deciding what was important and what wasn't. Right now, if you're struggling with money, your brain is probably highlighting all the lack, the bills, the things you can't afford, the financial stress. But here's the problem. What you focus on expands. When you focus on lack, you get more lack. The wealthy understand this secret. Gratitude isn't just good manners. It's financial alchemy. When you focus on what you have, no matter how small, you send a powerful message to your subconscious. More of this, please. Here's how to use this. Every night for the next 30 days, you're going to name 3 money-related things you're grateful for. And I mean really feel the gratitude. Don't just go through the motions. It could be as simple. I'm grateful I had exact change for coffee this morning. I'm thankful my paycheck cleared on time. I appreciate that I could afford gas to visit my friend. At first, this might feel forced. That's normal. You're exercising a mental muscle that's been weak for years. But around day 7 or 8, something shifts. You'll start noticing money blessings throughout your day. Not just at night. That parking spot right in front that saved you time. The discount that appeared just when you needed it. The unexpected refund. These were always there. You just weren't looking for them before. By day 14, you'll experience what I call gratitude déjà vu. You'll think of something to be grateful for and realize you've been grateful for it before. This is your brain creating new neural pathways, literally rewiring itself to spot abundance instead of lack. The magic really happens around day 21. You'll catch yourself in the middle of a stressful money situation. And instead of panicking, you'll find yourself thinking, but at least that's your new gratitude reflex kicking in. And here's the secret wealthy people know. That simple shift in perspective is often enough to reveal solutions you couldn't see when you were focused on the problem. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about training your mind to see the whole financial picture, not just the red numbers. When you do this consistently, you'll notice 2 powerful changes. First, you'll feel less stressed about money, even if your actual situation hasn't changed yet. Second, you'll start attracting more opportunities, because people are drawn to those who focus on solutions rather than problems. Your bank account can't change until your focus changes first. Gratitude is how you make that shift. one thankful thought at a time. Killing your broke identity. There's a voice in your head that's been lying to you about money your whole life. It whispers things like, "You're not good with numbers. Money doesn't stick to you. You'll always struggle." Here's the shocking truth. That voice isn't you. It's an imposter. A collection of every negative money comment you've ever heard, every financial fear you've ever had, every limiting belief you picked up before you knew better. Your real self? Your real self is a money magnet. Your real self is financially intelligent. Your real self attracts wealth effortlessly. But you'll never meet that version of yourself until you silence the imposter first. For the next 30 days, you're going to wage psychological warfare on your broke identity. Every time you hear that negative voice, and you will, dozens of times a day, you're going to interrupt it with these 4 words out loud. I am a money magnet. First thing in the morning when you check your bank account and feel that familiar dread. I am a money magnet. When you hesitate to invest in yourself because what if it doesn't work out? I am a money magnet. When you see something you want but automatically think, I can't afford that. I am a money magnet. At first, this will feel ridiculous. That's good. That discomfort means it's working. You're shocking your system out of its old patterns. Around day 5, you'll notice something interesting. You'll catch the negative thoughts earlier, before they fully form. That's your awareness growing. By day 10, you'll start noticing opportunities to say your mantra before the negative thought even appears. That's your subconscious getting the message. Day 15 is when the magic starts. You'll be going about your day when suddenly you'll think, I should look into that investment, or I could charge more for this service. Thoughts your old self would never have entertained. These are your first signs of financial transformation. The real breakthrough comes around day. You'll be faced with a financial decision and realize you're approaching it differently. Not from fear, but from confidence. Not from lack, but from abundance. That's your true money identity emerging. Here's why this works. Your brain believes what you tell it repeatedly. Right now, it believes you're bad with money because that's what you've been telling it through thoughts and actions for years. By consciously feeding it a new message, you're installing new financial software. This isn't about lying to yourself. It's about telling yourself a deeper truth than the surface level struggles. The real you is capable, abundant, and financially free. The next 30 days are about turning down the volume on the imposter so you can finally hear your true self. By the end of this challenge, that negative voice won't be gone completely, but it will be quiet. And in that quiet, you'll finally hear the truth. You were never broken with money. You were just listening to the wrong voice. Now you know how to choose which one to follow. The secret law of increase. There's a rhythm to the universe that most people ignore. Everything grows. Trees stretch toward the sky. Children become adults. Small businesses expand into empires. Yet when it comes to money, we act surprised when it increases. We treat growth as the exception rather than the rule. This disconnect is why so many people struggle financially. They've unconsciously rejected nature's first law, increase. You can realign yourself with this fundamental principle starting today with a simple exercise that takes less than 60 seconds. Each morning, take any amount of money, it could be a single dollar bill, and physically move it from one pocket to another. As you do this, say aloud, this multiplies, that's it. The amount doesn't matter. The action does. At first glance, this seems too simple to work. That's exactly why it's powerful. Your logical mind will dismiss it, but your subconscious, the part that actually controls your financial reality, will receive the message loud and clear. You're programming your deepest self to expect increase rather than doubt it. For the first 3 days, you'll likely feel nothing but foolishness. Around day 4, you might notice small financial coincidences, finding money in an old jacket, receiving an unexpected discount, getting paid early. These are signs your subconscious is getting the message. By day 7, something more interesting happens. You'll begin catching yourself mid-thought when financial worries arise. That anxiety about bills, it will feel different, like wearing someone else's clothes. Your mind will start automatically offering solutions. rather than dwelling on problems. The second week brings subtler changes. You'll notice opportunities to increase your income that you previously overlooked. The side hustle you dismissed as too small, the skill you undervalued, the negotiation you avoided. These were always there. You just couldn't see them through the lens of scarcity. Days 15 through 21 work their magic on your spending habit. You'll naturally begin making choices that honor the law of increase, investing in quality over quantity, choosing assets over liabilities, valuing time over trivial savings. These decisions compound quietly but powerfully. The final week reveals the exercise's true purpose. Moving that dollar bill becomes unnecessary because you've internalized the principle. You'll find yourself saying, "This multiplies automatically," when paying bills, depositing checks, or making investments. The ritual has become reality. This works because wealth isn't about numbers, it's about mindset. The richest people don't have different math skills. They have different expectations. They assume increase because they've aligned themselves with nature's fundamental law. Your daily dollar ritual is how you join them, not through complex strategies, but by embodying the simple truth that growth is your birthright. The Millionaire Mirror Talk. Your reflection holds a power you've never been taught to use. Every morning, you glance at that person in the mirror to fix your hair or check your outfit, completely missing the life-changing opportunity staring back at you. The wealthiest individuals throughout history knew this secret. Your reflection is your most powerful financial tool when used correctly. Here's how to transform your mirror from passive glass into an active wealth-building instrument. Each morning after brushing your teeth, look directly into your own eyes and declare, "Money comes to me easily and frequently." Say it slowly, with conviction, not to the mirror, but to the financial genius looking back at you. The first time you try this, 3 things will happen simultaneously. Your voice will shake, your body will tense, and part of you will scream that this is ridiculous. That resistance isn't coincidence. It's the sound of your old money identity fighting for survival. The discomfort proves it's working. Days 1 through 3 are the hardest. You'll rush through the words, avoid eye contact, and feel overwhelming urges to check your phone instead. Push through. By day 4, the words start landing differently. You'll notice subtle shifts in your posture as you speak them. Your reflection begins looking back with quiet confidence rather than skepticism. Around day 7, magic happens. You'll catch yourself thinking the affirmations spontaneously during challenging moments. When a client hesitates, when an expense arises, when considering a new opportunity. This is your subconscious beginning to accept the new programming. The second week brings physical changes. Your morning declaration starts flowing more naturally. The words feel less like lies and more like promises. You might notice yourself standing taller throughout the day, speaking with more authority about your fees or prices, taking up more space in negotiation. Days 14 through 21 work on your financial self-image. You'll begin seeing yourself in situations previously reserved for other people, owning nice things, taking luxury vacations, making impactful investments. These visions feel increasingly natural rather than fantastical. The final week seals the transformation. Looking in the mirror feels different now. The person staring back genuinely believes what they're saying. Financial opportunities that once seemed out of reach now feel inevitable. You've crossed the invisible bridge from "I hope" to "I know." This practice works because it bypasses your logical mind's doubts and speaks directly to your subconscious self-image. Most people's financial ceilings exist because somewhere inside, they don't believe they deserve more. Your mirror doesn't argue with limiting beliefs. It dissolves them through consistent, courageous truth-telling. The wealthy don't have different mirrors. They have different conversations with their reflections. Starting today, neither do you. The rich person's time trick. There's a silent revolution happening in how the wealthy perceive time that most people completely miss. It's not about time management or productivity hack. It's something far more profound. They've stopped seeing time as something that passes and started seeing it as something that invests. This shift in perspective changes everything about how they live, work, and accumulate wealth. And you can make this shift starting today with one simple practice. For the next 7 days, you're going to calculate exactly what each hour of your life is worth based on your income goals. If you want to earn $100,000 a year, that's about $500. You'll catch yourself about to spend 30 minutes scrolling social media and suddenly think, this just cost me 25. That argument over nothing with your partner, there goes $100 of your potential earnings. That meeting that could have been an email, you've just burned $200 of your future wealth. By day 3, something interesting happens. You start making different choices automatically. That hour-long commute looks different when you realize it's costing you $500 a week in lost opportunity. You begin finding ways to delegate, eliminate, or streamline activities that don't justify their hourly costs. Around day 5, you'll experience what I call time clarity. Moments where you suddenly see exactly how to rearrange your life to focus on what truly moves the needle financially. You'll notice patterns. Certain people, habits, or activities consistently drain your valuable hours while others multiply them. The real magic happens on day 7 when you realize this exercise wasn't really about money at all. It was about respect. Learning to respect your own time as much as the wealthy do. You'll find yourself naturally gravitating toward high-value activities and relationships while shedding time wasters without guilt or struggle. This practice works because it forces you to confront the true cost of your daily choices. Most people trade hours for dollars their entire lives without ever stopping to calculate whether it's a good deal. The wealthy treat each hour as a precious resource to be invested. Now you will too. The forgotten wealth habit. Every dollar in your wallet is alive. It's not paper, it's potential. It can either grow into more or disappear forever. The wealthy know this secret. Financial freedom isn't about how much you make, but what your money does after you spend it. For the next 30 days, you're going to develop what I call the gardener's mindset toward money. Learning to distinguish between seeds that grow and food that's gone once consumed. Here's how it works. Before every purchase, no matter how small, you'll ask one simple question. Am I planting or consuming? Planting means the money has potential to grow, education, quality tools, assets, investment. Consuming means it's gone forever. Meals out, entertainment, disposable item. The first week will shock you. You'll realize how much of your money gets consumed without you even noticing. That daily coffee? Consumption. The streaming subscriptions you barely use? Consumption. The cheap tools that keep breaking and needing replacement? False economy that's really consumption in disguise. Around day 10, you'll start feeling physical resistance when reaching for your wallet for consumable items. Your hand will literally hesitate as your new awareness kicks in. This is your wealth instinct developing. By day 15, you'll begin finding creative ways to turn consumption into planting. That dinner out becomes networking with someone who can help your business. That movie ticket becomes research for your creative projects. You're not spending less, you're spending smarter. The third week brings more profound changes. You'll notice your cravings shifting, wanting more planting experiences and fewer consuming ones. You'll prefer buying a book over a cocktail. You'll get more excitement from funding an investment account than from shopping sales. On the final days, something remarkable happens. The question planting or consuming becomes automatic, requiring no conscious thought. Your spending habits have permanently upgraded. You'll look at your bank statements and barely recognize the person who used to mindlessly consume. This works because it trains you to see money as energy rather than paper. The wealthy don't accumulate money, they redirect its energy into ever-growing streams. Now you're learning to do the same, one conscious decision at a time. Your future wealth will thank you. The opposite day challenge. Your financial life runs on invisible rails. Patterns of behavior so ingrained you don't even notice them anymore. You save when you should invest. You hesitate when you should act. You say no to opportunities out of habit rather than wisdom. These automatic responses aren't decisions. They're reflexes, and they're keeping you stuck exactly where you are. For the next 4 weeks, you're going to derail these patterns completely. One day each week, you'll declare opposite day and do everything with money exactly backward from your normal habits. If you're usually cautious, you'll be bold. If you're normally impulsive, you'll pause. This isn't about being reckless. It's about breaking the hypnotic trance of your financial routine. The first opposite day will feel terrifying and exhilarating in equal measure. That thing you've been putting off because it's not the right time, today's the day you do it. That investment you've been over-researching, you pull the trigger. That premium service you've been denying yourself, you sign up. By the second opposite day, something interesting happens. You'll notice how many of your careful financial decisions were actually just fear in disguise. That savings account with pitiful interest isn't prudence, it's terror of loss, masquerading as wisdom. That hesitation isn't caution, it's lack of confidence in your own judgment. The third week brings breakthrough. You'll find yourself taking calculated risks that feel completely natural, not forced. That business idea you've been sitting on gets launched. That price increase you've been avoiding gets implemented. You stop waiting for permission to earn what you're worth. On the final opposite day, you'll experience true financial agility. The ability to choose your response rather than defaulting to habit. You'll realize most of your previous money habits weren't choices at all, just repetitions of whatever felt safest in the moment. This works because wealth requires flexibility. The ability to save when saving serves you and spend when spending moves you forward. Most people are stuck on one setting permanently. Your opposite days reawaken your ability to choose. The 30-day wealth promise. Right now, you're acting like the person who has the bank account you currently possess. This makes perfect sense, and it's exactly what's keeping you stuck. For the next 30 days, you're going to perform an extraordinary experiment. You'll act as if you're already the wealthy person you want to become. Not through reckless spending, but through embodying the mindset, habits, and energy of someone for whom money is plentiful. Write this contract with yourself. For the next 30 days, I will act as if I am already financially free. Sign it. Date it. Then begin living it in these specific ways. You'll dress like the wealthier version of yourself each morning. Not necessarily more expensive clothes, but with more care and intention. You'll speak about money with confidence rather than apology. You'll make decisions from a place of how can I make this work, rather than I can't afford this. The first week feels like play acting. You'll catch yourself mid-sentence adjusting your language from lack to abundant. You'll notice how often you are reinforcing your current financial state through subtle words and behaviors. By week 2, synchronicities begin appearing. Opportunities you wouldn't have noticed before suddenly seem visible. People respond to you differently, sensing the shift in your energy. Your brain starts spotting solutions rather than obstacles. Week 3 brings tangible changes. That raise you were afraid to ask for, suddenly the words come easily. That side hustle you've been postponing, you take the first steps without agonizing. Your relationship with money transforms from something outside your control to a tool you wield with mastery. In the final days, you'll experience moments of genuine financial déjà vu, situations where you instinctively know what to do because you've been practicing as the wealthy version of yourself. The act has become reality. This works because wealth is first an identity, then a reality. By embodying the identity first, you create the neural pathways and behavioral patterns that make the reality inevitable. For 30 days, you're not pretending, you're practicing. In what we practice consistently, we become. Your signature on that contract isn't just ink on paper, it's a declaration to the universe that you're ready to upgrade your financial existence. All that remains is to live into that promise, one day at a time. Your mind is the only real bank account that matters. For 30 days, feed it deposits of confidence, gratitude, and expectation instead of withdrawals of doubt and fear. The money will follow, not because of magic, but because you'll become someone money can't resist. I've seen janitors become millionaires with these exact steps. The only question is, will you give your mind 30 days to prove it?